Fine. Okay, guys, today we're going to have a special class because today we're going to have a conversational class. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes.
For our first activity,
Yes.
stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up, everybody. Stand up. Okay, guys, come here and make a circle. Come here, make a circle. Make a circle. Make a circle. 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 No. Okay, guys. Very good. This is going to be our first activity. I'm going to say the word. You're going to take the last letter to say a new word. Example. Beautiful. What beautiful? What is the last letter?
L.
A word that starts with L. With N.
Longer.
Come on.
Longer.
Run. Run.
Newspaper.
Newspaper. With R.
Rain.
Rain. With N.
Noise.
Noise. Eat. With T. Two. Okay. With O.
O. Open the door.
Okay. With N.
Nose.
Nose. With E. E.
Eagle eyes.
Five.
No.
2, 1. E. Okay. How do you say tigre?
Tiger.
Very good. Claps for your parents. Okay. Did you understand?
Oh.
Yes or no? Yes? No? So? Okay. Second chance. Easy or difficult word? Easy or difficult?
Easy.
Difficult.
Easy. Okay. Expensive. Eat.
Longer.
Rice.
Elephant.
Super girls. With T.
Tiger.
Tiger. Run. Nap. Pink. Okay.
Open.
No, with K.
Right.
With K.
With K.
Keyboard.
Keyboard. Okay. With D.
D.
Don't translate.
Oh.
Duck.
Dog. With G.
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 Gat. No es cierto.
In English.
Game.
Game. With E.
Easy.
Okay.
Yard.
Yard.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Raisin. Dragonfly.
No, because it's with R, no? Rod.
Deep.
¿Cómo?
In English.
Sorry.
5, 4, 3.
Drive.
Okay, with E. Questions, okay? Repeat. Do you have couple?
Do you have couple?
Do you love her?
Do you love her?
Do you love him?
Do you love him?
Okay, repeat. Do you think
Do you think
the women
the women
have the same
have the same
opportunities
opportunities
than the men?
than the men?
Why?
Why?
Or why not?
Or why not?
Yes or no? Yes? Okay, now we are going to work in teams of 4. Okay, discuss the questions, guys. You have 3 minutes, and after we are going to compare the answers, okay? Discuss the questions, please. You have to discuss the questions. Nice to meet you.
I'm saying. Ready? To record you here.
It's voluntary victim. Voluntary victim. No? Okay. Pass the marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. Okay. Jacobo. Okay, Jacobo. Thanks.
What's up?
Do you have couple?
No.
Motivation for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19, 19, stop! Steffi. Do you have couple?
No.
Do you think women have the same opportunities than men?
No.
Why not?
Because in this country there are many men that we are that here machistas
Than the men?
than the men.
Men, no men. Men. Okay, motivation for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, stop! Leo. Do you have couple?
Yes.
Oh, Leo.
Hi, teacher.
Do you love me?
Hello.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
happened with your life?
How much do you love your couple? That's our Leo. Okay, guys. Very good. Now, copy this vocabulary in your notebooks. Human rights.
Human rights.
Marches.
Marches.
Respect.
Respect.
Women.
Women.
Strong.
Strong.
Struggles.
Struggles.
Equal pay.
Equal pay.
Social awareness.
Social awareness.
1, 2, 3.
Human rights. Marches. Respect. Women. Strong. Struggles. Equal pay. Social awareness.
Very good. Clap for you. Excellent. Okay, guys. Human rights. It's going to be, for example, when a girl is going to have the same rights than the boy. Okay? Yes or no? Yes, the same opportunities, for example. Now, marches, it's going to be similar to Spanish. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Respect, similar to Spanish. Yes or no?
Yes.
Women, they are women. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Strong, what is a strong? Yes or no?
Yes.
Don't speak Spanish, Kevin. Struggles is, for example, when you are going to fight. Yes or no? Okay? Equal pay. For example, when teacher Alejandro is going to receive the same payment than me. For example, 200, I receive. Teacher Alex receive 200. Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Don't speak Spanish. And we have social awareness. Social awareness is going to be social conscience. Conscience is similar to Spanish. Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Okay, guys. Now we're going to watch a video talking about women are equal to men. Pay attention, okay?
So the past
few generations have made some big strides in the pursuit of women's equality. But there's been this ideological stream within that movement that I think has done more harm than it has good. So I thought it would be worth dissecting it in the hopes of gaining a more authentic appreciation of how men and women can be understood as equal. The first misunderstanding that I think this ideology suffers from is the inability to accept that women have always been equal to men. Now, don't misunderstand what I mean by this. I'm not saying that women have always been treated equally, because they haven't. They've been undervalued and marginalized in the past. But they were still equal, because our equality should be measured by our dignity. And dignity is inherent. Women have always had inherent dignity, whether we as a society recognized it or not. So a quick example that might help us understand this. A rich man could lose $100 and not pay any attention to what just happened. By contrast, a poor man could lose $100 and be devastated by that same scenario. Those two men are showing a different appreciation for something that has the exact same inherent value. While they're treating it differently, it's still worth $100. The fact that they're treating it differently doesn't reduce its objective inherent value. The same is true for women. We haven't valued their actual worth as a society, but that doesn't change the fact that they have always been worth just as much to the world as men. The pursuit of equality for women should be a pursuit of recognizing their inherent value, rather than trying to give them more value that we think they don't have. The other mistake I think we made is one in which we uphold this simplistic view of equality that says, in order for two things, or in this case people, to be considered equal, they have to be the same. I think it's a really juvenile ideology to say that two things can't be different and yet equal. The danger in this way of thinking is that in recognizing that women haven't been treated equally to men in the past, we've made the mistake of insisting that in order for them to become equal to men, they have to become more like men. So we've insisted that women assume roles in society that were previously dominated by men, and even if they don't show interest in those roles, we'll try to coerce them into them. We've medicated their natural fertility cycles with synthetic hormones so that their biology behaves more like men's. Notice too that men have never been pressured by society to have their fertility altered chemically. We've emphasized certain characteristics that are common to men as being more desirable for women to aspire to, and this is at the expense of the strengths that they already excel in. Equality of the sexes isn't achieved by trying to reduce the distinctions between men and women, and it's definitely not achieved by forcing women to try to be something that they're not. It's achieved by recognizing the unique strengths of each and celebrating them for what they are. Now, if you're not getting this, a quick analogy of how two things can be different and equal might be found in this example. I have two toys that I love. One is my motorcycle, and the other is my electric skateboard. And they have some things in common, but they also have very distinct qualities. And in spite of that, I enjoy and value them both equally. A world in which women and men are recognized as distinct is a world in which diversity is celebrated. And a celebration of diversity is a rejection of monotonous uniformity. This concept of equality that I'm criticizing is one that wants to impose uniformity on everyone. And I think that's an oppressive fallacy that we can leave behind. Insisting that women become more like men in order to be equal to them isn't a way of celebrating their unique qualities. It's just a backhanded way of celebrating men. So let's celebrate the women in our lives for bringing a unique perspective to the world that enlightens our own with feminine wisdom. I celebrate them for the sacrifices that they make to bring new life into the world, without which there would be no hope for the future. I celebrate them for making the world a more beautiful place. I celebrate them for their patience and understanding as they put up with the men in this world. The genius of women isn't found in doing what men can do. It's found in doing what men can't do.
Thank you so much for watching.
Okay, after the commercial. Okay, who has the marker? Who has my marker? My marker? My marker? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and stop! Okay, Mike, telling us, what do you think about the video?
Well, about the video, I understood that the problematic that has the human rights. Yeah.
The human rights. Okay, very good. Claps for Mike. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
equality of women and men.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's all.
And that's all. Okay, claps for Ceci. Excellent. Okay, volunteer or victim? Volunteer or victim? No? No volunteer? Select a person, Ceci.
Jacob.
Okay, Jacobo. Tell us, what do you think about the video?
Well, I think that I don't know that I think the video.
Do you think that the women have the same opportunities than boys?
In this society, no.
Okay. And around the world?
No. Well,
No.
Well, depends the country, because in almost I forget the word. Well, depend the country, because in this country the match is very strong. This is the same in the United States, but in United Kingdom it change the things of the society.
Okay, guys, now we have some questions, some conversational questions that you are going to discuss with your teams, okay? Repeat. How are the rights of women protected by the legislation in the country where you work? Number 2. In your enforce problems
Specific problems
facing women in the country where you work? Okay, the last question. Are these problems due to shortcomings in the your protection of women or to fairly to enforce the existing legal rules? The rights of
By the legislation in the country where you work. Repeat again the question, please. How are the rights of women protected in the country where you work? I think so that the legislation passed.
No, the human rights
Are the same for the boy than for the woman.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
In this country?
Yeah.
The father of
In my work, yes.
the working in the human rights here these parts of the respect by the woman and the it's much machismo by the woman is a big problem in the country or Mexico. And the works, okay, in English.
Perfect.
Country where you work.
In my work.
We have it.
Time for care the baby. The women are living the life by the men.
The pay.
Where I work, there's
they don't have, the women don't have
But are equal?
enough time to care the baby.
This woman
What do you think about
That the problems,
they work,
legislation.
they more work on the life like the man.
Number 4
Is the culture of the
let's go with
equal
the
pay. And affect the social awareness
number
in
4.
the United States.
Kevin, number 4.
The legal rules in Mexico City didn't exist.
Okay. Team number 1. How are the rights of women protected by the legislation in the country where you work? Michelle, tell us.
Well, I think that here in Mexico there's not a lot of rights that protect women.
Okay. Very good. Claps for them. Okay. Team number 2. Is your bill in this legislation efficiently enforced? Martita?
No, it's not efficient
Why not?
because they have matches. They have a, how can I tell you? If I could we draw a pyramid. The man, the human rights of the man is inside, downstairs, and the man and the woman, the front woman.
In the top?
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Good. The point.
Okay. Very good. Claps for me. Okay. Team number 3. What are the specific problems facing women in the country where you work?
Very specific problems is machines and what's up regulation
And?
insecurity.
Security. Security in the street. What?
Equal pay.
Equal pay. Okay. Very good. Claps for them. Okay. Team number 4. Are these problems due to shortcoming in the due protection of women or to failure to enforce the existing legal rules? Yes or no?
Yes, some problems because the legal rules are work many times we don't have protections.
We don't have protect. Okay, very good. Of paper, and you are going to write, how can the women be the same like the man? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, you have 3 minutes to prepare your small.
Put me a pants, have a sexual organ. Put my hand.
I don't know.
No, are not French. I speak in English all the time, no?
Okay, in the board we have some ideas talking about this topic. So, whose is this thing? Okay, can you explain this, please? Can you explain this?
Well, the first is equality. The society needs equality between women and men. But the comfortable is respect, because in these societies there are many machines.
That's all.
That's all.
Very good. Claps for that. Okay. videos, please?
You can.
You can do it.
You can do it, Kevin.
Yo, pero.
Just say it.
Say the good partners with us in the offices. We I don't remember.
You're right, great.
And we are creating more laws to protect the women. Kevin, you said no?
Yes.
Your mother works and you know how is how human rights your mother needs, no?
What?
Okay, your mother needs her to tell you, okay?
I explain by the newspaper is in the country of Mexico didn't exist a culture by the woman, o sea, didn't equal be in the works.
Okay, very good. Perfect. Very good, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this conversational club. Thanks for you. Claps for you.